The new episode of The Penguin, episode 6, The Gold Summit. Let's talk about it right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I am your host, Frank Zanca. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And yeah, talking about comics, we got our new issue of Lords of LA, my vampire mob set in 1950s Hollywood. And yeah, it's got some really good artwork in there. We have vampire action. We got blood, sex, and gore. We got Marilyn Monroe. What else could you possibly want out of a comic? 48 pages each for episode 1 or issue 1 and issue 2. If you'd like any of them, I do sign them, so let me know in the comments below. Yeah, they should be in shortly, and then I'm going to be ordering the other covers as well. Also, we're on our last few hours. We're on 30 hours as of now, and I'm probably not going to publish this till tomorrow. And happy Halloween, everybody, by the way, because today's already Halloween because it's after midnight right now. But Myth Lords is just in time for my Halloween because it's we have all of the classic monsters you get to play as well. The classic monsters is a card game for 1 to 4 players. You can actually play by yourself. And yeah, it's lots of fun. Plus, we have a Dark Oz expansion for it. So if you're a fan of Wizard of Oz, the artwork in here is pretty amazing by Mark Spears, who does a lot of cover art from Marvel and DC. And yeah, we also have figures with it: Dracula, Frankenstein, Creature from the Deep, and the Wolfman. All right, so either go to mythlords.net or check out the link in the description below, and that'll take you right to Kickstarter. All right, thank you very much if you're supporting. I really appreciate it. We're already funded, by the way, too. So this would just help us hopefully unlock the 5th player, which is the Wicked Witch, which we'll show at the end of this video. All right, so let's jump into the Gold Summit. This is episode 6. I believe there's 2 more episodes left after this one. And this one was written by Nick Town. He hasn't written that much, but he is a producer on Manhunt, and he wrote and produced 10 episodes of that. But that's pretty much the extent of what he's done. I think he did 1 episode of Deadwood as well from a while ago. And then we have Kevin Bray. So what they're doing is they're directing these in blocks. And that means that each director gets 2 episodes to direct. And then they move on to the next director. Because what that does is creates a conveyor belt situation where the next director is prepping his episodes while the director is actually shooting his or hers. So once, I forgot the name of the woman that directed the last 2. She was very good, I thought. So she did those 2, and then Kevin was prepping his. So as soon as she completed, they were on to the next 2 episodes. So he's obviously going to take the next one, that would be 7. Unless Lauren, sometimes the showrunner will direct the first one and the last one. So we'll see who does that, or if Kevin's only on for 1 episode, and then we have like a guest director, and then we have somebody taking over the last 2. But we'll see what happens, because sometimes what happens is that the showrunner will direct the first and the last. So anyway, this is picking up where obviously the last episode dropped off, where Sophia is now aware of everything that Oz has done and betrayed her and killed the brother and all that stuff. Meanwhile, she went in and killed the entire family and now renamed the family and hooked up with Sal, whose wife and child were killed by Oz as well, burned up because she was too stupid to actually smell gasoline, and I guess I still have a problem with that. Meanwhile, they have retreated into a derelict part of town that is called Crown Point or something to that effect. And it doesn't even have power or anything. It's just really forgotten by all of Gotham. So they're holed up in there because they're afraid of repercussion from the Gigante family and is it the Falcones? I forgot. No, the Falcones is now the Gigantes, the Maronis. So yeah, so that's basically what's going on, and I can tell you I'm really over the mother storyline. And if she gets killed off, I'll actually be happy because I really feel like that the show slows down to a crawl every time she's on screen. And there's nothing wrong with her acting. I'm just that whole storyline in general, it just slows everything down. And I just kind of roll my eyes, and when she's on screen, I literally like leave the room and do something else, and I come back. So yeah, and I just listen to what's going on, and literally nothing happens up till the end of this one, where they are found out. But I got to say that the scene with Eve and Sophia was an excellent, excellent scene. I thought that the tension in that room and the way that Eve played that perfectly. She was like leaning back in a chair, giving a wide target to Sophia, who was threatening, of course, to shoot her. And she was able to talk her way out of it. I thought that the two women played that incredibly, incredibly well. That was probably the most engaging scene of this episode. And I thought that Victor's scene of his movement into his arc of going down the dark side, I thought that was also done pretty well. Again, really my only criticism of this is all the stuff with the mother. You know, he had to go and threaten the guy to get the whatever, the governor or whatever else, to get the lights turned on. That slowed everything down. The dancing scene with Victor, again, slowed down. I think he had to get her out of the bathtub. Again, that slowed down. I really only need to see one scene with her, and that's it. You know, because all of the action and tension and everything else takes place outside of that. You know, where he's got, you know, his mushroom thing going on and whatever else. I don't need all these scenes with the mother. I really don't. And I hate to say it, but I'm really rooting for Sophia killing her. Please get her off the show. Please get her off the show. But I even like the scene between her and Sal when they're going through his apartment and they see the picture of the brothers and he's like, no, those people are dead, and they thought the mother was dead too. I liked all that. I thought all that really worked. But 3 scenes with the mother in here, that's why this is one of my least favorite episodes, is because it literally went down to a screeching halt 3 times during the 40-something minutes of this episode. I thought that Kristen Sophia looked very sexy in parts of it. I like that they put scars all over her. Really good stuff. But I do, again, like what they did with Victor in this, and having his reaction to his own actions and the repercussions that are involved. I also really like how Penguin has... Colin Farrell did a great job in this scene too. They did a scene where he was addressing all of the other gangs, all of the heads of all the gangs. And he gives them all beers, right? And instead of them raising their hand, this was a good writing choice. If it wasn't from the writing, then it was a good directing choice, because sometimes it's whatever's written, the director will come in and change it, which I just did a review on Woman of the Hour, and I thought that Anna Kendrick's choices were poor in a lot of that, where this directing, if this was a change, then I completely love the change that was made. So instead of them raising their hands or whatever else, they would pop the beer, you know, the seal on the beer. And I thought that was really a great visual / auditory symbolization of them being with him. And I like that a lot. So let me know what you guys think. Should they just have raised their hands? I thought that was thinking out of the box. I really do. I'm not sure why Theo Rossi is even in this show. He has almost no part, just about no part. I guess he's either the eye candy. I don't know. All right, well that's it for me on this one. Again, there's some really good scenes in here, really good scenes, but the stuff with the mother just drags it down to like an average episode. So I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. Just barely above average for the scenes that I really liked, but otherwise it just dragged along like a zombie. All right, well that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Remember to give me a thumbs up if you can. Give me a like, and if you can subscribe, please do. Ring that bell, ding ding. Help me blow this channel up a little bit more. Plus, on top of that, we are down to our last few hours of a Mythlords Classic Monsters card game, where you're playing as your favorite classic monster, whether it's Dracula, Frankenstein, the Creature from the Deep, or the Werewolf. We have additional characters in here, and again, all the artwork in here is amazing. Plus, we have a Dark Oz expansion, where you can play as Dorothy the Wicked Witch, and there's other characters, of course. All the characters are in here. All the witches are in here. Everything's in here. And the figure for the Wicked Witch, I think, came out really, really good. So, yeah, check it out. Go to mythlords.net or check out the link in the description below. All right, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for watching, and happy Halloween, everybody. All right, bye-bye.